Again, I'm Adam.
Stephanie.
We are playing the fifth and final scenario of the basic box Pathfinder adventure card game, Skull and Shackles Adventure. What's it called? Plunder and Peril.
Yes.
And so, after we're done with this, we'll then continue on to the actual adventure path. The what is it even called? I'm totally blanking.
Heck if I know. We haven't played it yet.
First one's Wormwood Mutiny, but I'm totally forgetting what the rest of it's called. Anyway, the Skull and Shackles adventure path.
It is the Wormwood Mutiny.
Yeah, the Wormwood Mutiny is the first adventure path, or the first part of the adventure path. But so the last one we're on is called the Black Flag.
Yes.
We're looking for the Pirate Council, I guess.
The Shackles might be a ruthless land, but that doesn't mean its islands are absolutely lawless. The infamous captains of the Pirate Council control free ports on numerous islands. Their word is law throughout the Shackles, but that only matters for those who get caught. So a special note during this scenario, if we fail to defeat an enemy ship henchman, we must discard 1d6 cards from the Blessings deck.
Oh, wow. That's rough. Using particular sleeves. These are like penny sleeves. We're cheap like that because there's so many cards. We didn't want to go expensive. And also a lot of the expensive ones are stiff and they hurt Stephanie's hands.
Yeah, they cut into my hands. My hands
corners.
are really small, so I have a hard time holding them.
Yeah. So if you guys hadn't seen the previous scenarios, we'll have them all up on YouTube. You can go check them out there.
I have to redraw.
So one of the first things we do is we draw our starting hands. -6. Stephanie's is 5. If we don't have any of our favorite cards, mine being spells and Stephanie's being allies, then we redraw. I got spells.
I got all my allies and no weapons.
That's not great.
So this will be.
That'll be interesting.
I don't. Considering all my blessings were all in a row too, it makes me think I did not shuffle my deck.
You might not. Why don't you shuffle your deck?
Sorry, guys. She's just playing on her own.
That works too. Oh, and we also got to roll a d6 to see what kind of loot we start off with. A 3, which is an armor. We get an armor that you're not going to want.
That is accurate because the armor you got from me already is better than pretty much anything else I could draw.
All right, so. Oh, then we'll start looking at these locations to see where we should end up.
Also, one you don't want because you can't wear armor.
I cannot wear armor. So the first is a coastline. Here, if you acquire a boon with a pirate or swashbuckling trait, you can immediately explore again. So that's pretty cool. And it's got a fair number of boons here. To close, you have to succeed at a Wisdom or Perception 6 or banish a card that has a pirate or swashbuckling trait.
So that's fun.
You suck at shuffling.
I apparently, yeah.
Or you're really good at shuffling, I don't know. We both have a Wisdom of D6, right?
I'm a D8.
Okay, so that one's probably better for you. This is the Fog Bank. After you examine a card from this location, shuffle it. So I hate this location. And you must recharge your hand. So we can both do that pretty easily. Then Scar Bay. All non-villain monsters gain the Undead trait and are immune to mental and poison traits. Interesting. Okay. This is Wisdom or Divine 8 check. So it's also best for you, right?
Wisdom, yeah, I guess.
And you're dealt a bunch of combat damage when you close that one, so that one's kind of rough. And then the Lonely Island, you have to banish an ally to defeat this one. There are no monsters here, only barriers. Maybe this is a good one for you to go to immediately. If you're the only character at this location, add D4 to the checks. So maybe it is good for you to go there just to try to burn through your hand a little bit.
Sure.
All right, so let's let you go first.
Okay, so I'm going to Lonely Island, and I don't have any weapons, so this should be interesting.
There's no monsters there. That's what I just said.
I know, but, I don't know, there's barriers and stuff. We'll just see what happens.
Usually barriers aren't combat checks, though, so
that's fair. Good. Old Salt's bandana.
Totally want that. It's for swashbuckling. I don't know.
Sure. Actually, this would be useful for me. I mean,
don't spend a blessing on it, but...
Yeah.
What do you need to acquire it? What kind of check is it?
Wisdom Survival, so I acquire it.
What does it do?
Reveal to add swashbuckling to my check.
Does that do anything good for you?
Yeah, I get as soon as my check has swashbuckling, I may re-roll a die.
He says, "Man, I wish I had sound right now. Sorry, sorry, it's not readable."
That would be rough.
Yeah.
So
I'll put it on YouTube later, though. So
I'm gonna blessing to explore.
Yeah, you will. You should have rolled an extra D4 on that, but
yeah,
you failed. Maybe remember. It was a spell.
So intelligence, arcane, wisdom. So wisdom's gonna be best for me. I roll a 1 plus a d4.
Which won't help.
Will reveal to add swashbuckling and re-roll my d8.
Okay. We don't have to reveal to add swashbuckling?
Yeah.
Still don't make it, but...
So, it's not survival, right? I don't make it. Sorry, Adam. I tried.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I would only get one with this spell anyway.
And then I will blessing to explore again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you need to get rid of your hand anyway. You may as well do this. Right?
Check to defeat wisdom perception. If defeated, I may look at the top card of the barrier's location deck. If it's a monster, I immediately encounter it. If undefeated, my ship is dealt 1 structural damage, which I mitigate. But I leave the barrier face up. So you have to defeat this at some point. So I have a D8 plus the D4.
Plus you can reroll.
Plus I can reroll. So should we just go with that?
I think that's fine, yeah.
Or should I blessing?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
So I roll a 6 right there, so I don't need to re-roll.
Alright, so it is defeated, so you would grab a monster,
defeated.
but we know there's no monsters in there, right?
Yes. So it just goes away.
Because enemy ship isn't even a monster either, so...
And I could put this... I'm going to discard my captain to explore my location.
I can do even more.
I encounter a morning star. Strength melee.
You don't actually have the melee skill on your card. It's so weird.
So, strength. And I acquire said morning star.
But you don't really want it.
But I don't really want it, so I'm just going to discard it, and that will be the end of my turn. And now I can drop to 5, and please... God damn, no weapons.
Well, you can keep going there later. So
alright.
At least you have the cover of this, right? Maybe I'll go here. This coastline, that seems safe-ish, right? Well, I don't actually have any of my look-ahead cards. I do have some of my look-ahead cards. Oh, but I have a thing that helps me with perception.
I did not do that with my ally. I'm instead going to have to use a blessing because I need the said ally to banish it because that's the closing condition for Lonely Island. I forgot.
Oh, right, because you're lonely. So I'm just going to go to this coastline since I have the stuff I can use to do stuff here.
Okay.
It is Masterwork Tools, which would allow adds to a disabled check or defeat a barrier. It's Dexterity, which I have no hope of doing, so that just goes away. I don't think it's worth doing stuff, so I'm just gonna let you go.
Okay. Hold on. That was discarded. Okay.
Yes.
I encounter the pirate guild.
All right. So I can attempt to temp close this with a Wisdom or Perception 6, or banish a card. I don't think I have a card that banishable. I don't. So I have this card that adds to my perception checks stuff. I don't think it's worth it to temp close this right now.
Okay.
Do you agree? So I'm going to try to temp close it, but I have to roll a 6 on this die. So
if undefeated, you may banish 1 plunder card per character to defeat the pirate council.
Okay.
Anyway.
What's the check?
The check is Charisma Diplomacy 11. I roll a D8. I can add Swashbuckling.
And you get a D4.
I can add a D4
so,
if I recharge my eye patch.
So the only advantage of defeating them right now is we'll take the blessings for the things from the box instead of here, right?
Yes. Which is...
What happens if you fail it? Does it have a
good,
fail
right?
condition?
No.
Yeah. Well, they also got 1 blessing at it. Do you want mine? You want me to do mine? Or do you want to do yours? Are you out of
down
blessings?
to 2 blessings in my deck.
Okay, so I'll throw a blessing. So you get 2d8 plus d4 with a reroll, right?
Well, I can also recharge my eye patch. Do they have the pirate trait? They do, so I can add a d8.
Do you want to use that now, or I don't know if it's worth it now?
Okay, I mean...
I think saving is good. Unless you want to just get rid of cards in your hand anyway.
kind of want to get rid of it so that I can...
Well, why don't you do that instead of my blessing, then?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
More worthwhile.
Because I kind of want to get a weapon.
Okay, so you're recharging the pirate. I patched to add another d8. And
so now I got
the
2
d4
d8s
from Lonely Island.
And the d4.
Alright, you need an 11.
I get 12, so yay. So I defeated the pirate council, which means I've closed the location of the Lonely Island.
Yep.
Island.
And you don't have to banish an ally to do it.
Correct.
So
they escape.
They escape. There's 3 open locations here, so they could escape to any one. But if I throw it in one of them, you'll know which one it is. So we take 2 blessings from the box, which makes these ones a little harder to search through. But I'm going to take these 3 and shuffle them all up, and then put 1 on each one. So now I don't know where I'm putting the pirate, but the pirate council, but we know they're in one of them. If Stephanie had failed the check, we would have taken it from this deck of blessings instead, which is our like countdown timer. And then we have to shuffle each of these decks. So we closed one, right? It wasn't too bad.
Still don't have a weapon.
Still don't have a weapon. You might have to discard some cards.
Yeah,
next turn.
I will. Yeah. All right.
So one of these decks now has a henchman and a villain in it. So if we find the villain, we just churn through it all. But if we find the henchman, you then discard everything but the villain, and then you know the villain's there.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of useful sometimes. So you're like, I know he's there. I'll just leave him until we got everything else under control. Right, you want to flip my blessing for me?
Sure.
Ooh, Achakek. I think it's totally Achakek. You called that.
Yeah.
So and I'm gonna. Should I spyglass or should I hold up? No, this is good for perception, so I'm not going to do that. Boop. It is a Shackles pirate. It is a monster. The adventure number is 0, so it doesn't do anything. The check to defeat it is a swashbuckling trait, add d4. So, he is a combat 9. I am going to cast Frostbite, which allows me to use my arcane skill of d12 plus a d6, and my arcane skill is plus 3. So I think this is probably good.
Mm-hmm.
So 12, 15, 18, totally defeat him. Suck it, veteran pirate. And then I roll to see if I can recharge and get back my Frostbite. And which I do, so it gets recharged. Good luck. I'll be watching on YouTube and soon. Thanks for casting. It's fun to watch. Good night. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's fun to see a whole game play through.
Yeah.
So that's that. I don't think it's worth exploring anymore, so I'll just draw up here.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to...
Fogbank makes you recharge your
I
hand.
think I should go to Scar Bay. What do you think?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Which one
Even though I don't have any weapons yet.
You could come over here with me, because I just defeated one of the monsters up there.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try
Just
it.
for a turn, then
Why not?
so you can discard. And power counts. No, chainmail.
So, Constitution Fortitude. I don't really care about acquiring it, so...
Might as well just roll, I guess.
Just roll. I have a d6 plus 2.
It's very exciting.
I acquire it.
Yeah, you do.
It's heavy armor, so I can't even use it. I will discard my captain to explore my location.
Sure. Magic Buckler. It's magic, at least.
Yeah, but I've gotten it before, and it's really not.
Doesn't do anything for you?
Yeah, no. Okay. And
you just discard some
I
stuff.
discard my
so you can
chainmail.
I mean, there's got to be a weapon in there
Do I care
somewhere.
about Fortitude?
No, probably not
Okay,
right now.
I'm discarding a lot of Fortitude. And Old Salt and Sailor. Apparently, all my weapons are at the bottom of my deck.
All right, so I'm gonna go to Fogbank so you can have this nice calm coastline
All right.
all to yourself there. And none of my exploring things really work here, so I'll just magic weapon. It's a spell I probably won't keep. So I could.
Well, I do have Old Salt and Old Salt's bandana.
I could recharge a card to reduce the difficulty of this, but I don't think it really matters that much. Actually, I think I can't fail it. So I take this magic weapon into my hand.
Everybody saw me shuffle.
Yeah,
So
it's true. It definitely happened.
we know it happened.
Should I start using blessings on this, or should we wait? Just be a little more patient.
I think we can be patient. We got a lot of time.
I'm
now.
gonna discard this magic weapon.
The only reason, I mean, at this point, I might die. Like, I'm trying to find a weapon, but
yeah,
this is kind of ridiculous.
I should keep that Morningstar.
I should have kept it.
That
yeah.
was me actually. And then, all right, I'm flipping a card over for you, Steph.
How little I knew. All right. treasure map.
Maybe you'll get some weapons.
Maybe I'll find some weapons. So I'm rolling a d8 plus 3.
That seems like good chances.
And I roll a 1, but I will reveal my Old Salt's bandana to make it swashbuckling and reroll. It's 7. So I acquired the treasure map.
What does the treasure map do?
If defeated, examine the top card of the location deck. If it's a boon, I add it to my hand.
It is the Pirate Council.
Well, how about them apples?
I'm just going to leave it face up there so we remember.
There.
Alright, well, that's something. Alright, so...
And now I will discard...
You're going to kill yourself discarding cards.
Sort of, maybe?
Mark Jack 24 is not following. That's our 100th follower. Woo! Thank you, Mark Jack.
Alright,
that's
I'm
awesome.
discarding Old Salt. And I got a weapon!
Good job. What'd you get?
I got a Cutlass, the Super Cutlass.
Color Supreme?
That one, Cutlass Supreme. I already forgot. Wait.
Alright, so I'll just hang out here.
Okay, so now we have to defeat the henchmen at the other 2 locations.
Or at least one of them and then be able to close off the other one.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Right? Right. Racktron. Yo, your stream's upside down. Yes, we know the stream's upside down, but it's either the stream look vaguely upside down or the cards be upside down. At least this way the cards are right side up. So we chose cards right side up. I don't know if people can actually read them, but that's what we went with.
And this time, at this point, we've played through 4.5 scenarios, so I think changing it now would just be weird. But I think when we move on to Adventure Path 1, we will flip it, because this seems to be driving everybody crazy.
No one seems to like it. Alright, so the Shackles Pirate, I'm going to cast Frostbite on him. And I defeat him.
They're like, I
roll to
see.
recharge it.
Not that any of us can read it anyway.
Alright, I do a card Frostbite. Yeah, everyone seems to be okay with it after we say that. But I mean, yeah, I don't think they can read the cards anyways. I don't think it actually makes that much of a difference. Unfortunately, I'm to the point where I don't have any combat stuff.
Well, how about
so I'm gonna have to go to the other one and examine stuff. All right, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so I'm going to Scarbay.
Yeah, might as well do it.
So
do it.
Here, I don't really care about mental and poison. So look out, duty. So this is Wisdom Perception. If defeated, I can look at the top card of the barrier's location. If it's a monster, I may encounter it. If undefeated, my ship is dealt 1 structural damage, which I mitigate. But we have to fight it in order to continue exploring. So I'm going to, let's see, Wisdom is D8 plus 3, and I can reroll. So I don't really feel a need to use a blessing on it.
Yeah, that seems not too bad.
So 7 automatically defeat Lookout Duty. I can look at the top card, and if it's a monster, I can fight it. It is a monster.
You want to fight it?
It's a mercenary. It's 10. Sure.
It's no slouch.
So I will fight it using my Supreme Cutlass, which gives me a... So I get to roll my regular D10 for my dexterity melee skill. I also get a D6. And I get plus 3.
So, Racktron, have you ever tried the Pathfinder card game? It's pretty fun.
So, I rolled a 5 plus 3, so an 8.
Yeah.
I do have swashbuckling, so I'm allowed to re-roll 1 die, and I take the second result. Which one do I re-roll?
You'd have to get a 3 or higher on the D6. Or a 6 or higher? Roll the D6.
D6. So I do not defeat the mercenary.
Yeah.
So I take... What was this? This is a 4?
Yeah.
So I have 6 plus 3, so it was an 8, so I take 2 damage.
Yep.
I'm going to recharge to reduce damage dealt to me by 3.
Alright. Not bad, not bad. Armor pays off.
And he just goes away, right?
Unless he says he gets shuffled back in or anything.
Nope, he goes away. Okay, your turn.
Alright. So I'm actually going to go... This thing won't allow me to search anything. So I'm going to go here and use my Detect Magic. During your turn, discard this to examine the top card of the location deck. Give me that. If it is blessing or has a magic trait, I may immediately encounter it. It's undead, but it's magic. So either it's a combat 12 or a wisdom divine 8. Well, I don't think I can defeat this guy very good. Unless I want to throw some d6s at it. So I'm just going to leave that there and not encounter shit.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah, and then I'll just draw one card.
So I'm encountering the ghost.
Thank you.
So it's...
No, but the
so
card
I
game.
have
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
D8 for wisdom, so I'm definitely not doing that. So my combat is 12. What is better? A 2d4 or a...
I am wearing a Back to the Future shirt. Yeah, it's a DeLorean dashboard. It's right after he gets back, I believe, because the... No, it's right after he appears in... That doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah, no, it's right after he gets back to 1985. Because the last date departed
Last time departed.
November 12th, 1955.
Very nice.
Because he can hang out in Hill Valley for a week.
But, let's see. Destination... What's the destination? 2016. 2016. 15.
2015.
Yeah.
It's hard to read.
Definitely 2015. So, destination 10 months from now? 10 months from now, yeah.
Now he's making the shoes.
I know. Okay, so what's better, 2d4 or a d6 plus 1?
2d4.
Okay, so then I will use my rapier. So I roll a d10 plus 2d4. Where's there? And I get a 12 plus 2, so I defeat the ghost.
Second ghost.
And do you want me to keep going through this deck or continue?
I don't want you to kill yourself.
Alright. There you go.
Alright.
Your turn.
Alright, you do this for
I
me?
did.
Alright, so I am going to use my spyglass to examine the top 2 cards of your location deck and put them back in any order. So I'll give me those top 2 cards there. Enemy ship and a skeleton.
What's the enemy ship's deal again?
You summon and encounter a random ship.
Oh, right. So we don't really know what that...
If the summoned ship is defeated, you may seize it.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to put the enemy ship on top and let you try to do it, because I think you have a better chance than I do. And then I'm not going to encounter. Because I'm a wuss like that. Alright, and then I draw up. God damn it.
Okay. So, I am summoning and encountering a random ship. As this is the henchman, right?
Yep. We could seize the ship. We seize it and we seizes it. We seizes it, then we seize it.
And we seize it and we seizes it.
Simple. We are simple Caesar.
Mm-hmm. We're encountering True Wind, which is a class 1 ship.
Ooh, fancy. Upgrade.
When encountering the ship, you may discard an ally that has the pirate trait to add 2 to your check to defeat. So I could do that. Let's see. I need Wisdom Survival 6. I have 8 plus 3. How do we feel about that?
Wait, so what's the check?
Wisdom Survival 6.
And you're rolling a d8 plus 3?
That's not a d8. Yes, d8 plus
so
3.
you have to roll a 3 on it? I think maybe we should... Why don't you let me bless it, because I have 20 cards in my hand.
Deal.
Alright, so 2d8 plus 3?
Yeah, and do I want to discard my ally to add 2, or keep it? I might as well keep it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, 2d8s, right?
Yep. We hit 100 followers, Steph.
Woo!
It's crazy sauce.
I didn't predict it happening while we were playing Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
I got a 10, so I defeat the True Wind. So now we can choose to...
We replace our ship with the True Wind.
Yes. So one's a class 0, one's a class 1, so I assume the True Wind is better. It says you may discard from the Blessings deck to recharge a random card from your discard pile. So maybe if somebody's close to dying, but we have a lot of health left, or not health, time left, then that will help. Does that sound right?
Discard a card from the Blessings deck. Oh, that is. Oh, it's a random card, but that's pretty good. Yeah, let's take the True Wind, and we get a Plunder. Roll a d6.
Yeah, we do get a Plunder. Because we defeated a ship. 5.
We get an ally. Sure. I got all the allies I want, I think, but that's fine.
Probably.
It'll be more exciting once we move on to Adventure Path 1.
And we can start getting level 1
So
cards.
you close that. Sorry. You must have succeeded a Wisdom or Divine 8 check to close this.
Okay. Sorry. Getting ahead of myself. So I have Wisdom D8. So I could bless it.
Oh, let me bless it.
I could add a D4.
All right, I'm going to bless it.
Do you think I should add a D4?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Am I on a ship? I forgot.
Yes.
I'm on a ship, right?
Oh, wait, it's not docked here, right? That's correct. You are on a ship.
Discard to add a D4 to your check when you're on a ship.
All right, so 2d8 plus d4.
Okay.
I do it.
And I can reroll one.
Oh, yeah, Swashbuckler. And just barely. All right.
I just barely got it.
When closing, you are dealt combat damage equal to the number of monsters remaining in the location deck.
Okay, so 1, 2. So I take 2 combat damage. Unfortunately, I already used my
Your armor.
armor. No.
We can do some of this to heal you if we need to.
So I will get rid of, I guess, my Supreme Cutlass since we determined the Rapier is better.
Yep.
And I think Blessing, I'd rather hold on to my Black Bandana, I think.
So
I could get rid of the Rapier. I'm pretty sure that...
There's another one.
Well, remember all my weapons are at the very bottom, so...
That's true. So we have a slightly sticky situation here.
Okay.
You have to temp close the fog bank before the person actually encounters the pirate council.
Okay.
But that makes you recharge your hand, which means you won't have any blessings.
You won't have any blessings.
Which kind of sucks.
Unless we permanently close the fog bank first, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Just so you know, I only have 2 cards left.
Yeah. So this is what
I could add some cards back.
How often you can do that whenever you want, right?
Whatever you want.
But this is what I'm thinking, because it's a charisma diplomacy 11 check to defeat them. I have my blessing of Achakek,
Yeah.
which adds 2 dice to defeat a villain or henchman. So I would be rolling 3d8 for that.
So you're saying
I'm saying
it's
I
your
could
turn
go-
right now. So you want to go fight the pirate council?
I would need you to go to the fog bank first.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying if I could fight the pirate council.
Okay.
You could close the fog bank by recharging your hand.
Right.
And then we could just see if 3d8 gets us an 11.
When I recharge my hand, I don't need to draw again, do I?
Not until the end of your turn.
Okay.
That's resetting your hand.
Okay.
What do you think about just trying to do that? So my turn, I'll move here and not do anything. Your turn, you move here, and you can encounter if you want. And then on my turn, I'll try to win.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go here,
go for it.
and then I'm not going to encounter. And at the end of my turn, I'm going to draw up. Okay.
So I'm going to the fog bank.
So that was you before. This is me. Now this is you. We have a bunch of cards left here. Do you want to draw some cards just in case, or do we not want to do it yet, and then we'll see how this goes?
I don't think we need to do it yet. If you're saying I don't need to draw again immediately, then let's do it. Let's do it if you fail.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm encountering.
You're gonna encounter. Ooh, large chest.
Nice. So check to defeat.
Insert whatever joke you want here.
Is so dexterity disable 9. I have a D10 plus 1. I will use 1 blessing.
Sure, you still have one for me, right?
Well, it doesn't matter. I have to.
Oh, you're gonna have to recharge. Yeah, that's correct. Good call. So smart. So smart.
So D10.
Nice.
So I acquired the large chest. If defeated, add 1d4 random weapons from the box to your hand.
Oh, that thing, which you're going to recharge, and then be like health. Oh, only one.
Only one.
You got that before, and
I
you
got
got
musket.
your Cutlass Supreme.
Musket's not great for me, but whatever. And
That's in your turn.
that is the end of my turn.
All right. So my turn. I am going to encounter the Pirate Council. Is there something special that happens when we encounter the Pirate Council?
It just says if we fail to defeat henchmen, then special things happen.
So I am going to play a Blessing of Achakek. So I need all the D8s over here. So you're going to temporarily close the fog bank by recharging your hand.
Yes.
I need another one.
Oh, recharge, not
discard.
not discard.
Discard. That would be
Oh,
brutal.
I thought it was discard.
No.
Oh.
All right. So
Oops. Do you have everything you need?
yes. So I am trying to get an 11 to defeat the Pirate Council. Stephanie has temporarily closed this location, so if I make this roll, we win. And it is a 12.
Woo!
Boom. And I had 2 parrots, which would allow me, if I fail by 4 or less, I can bury them to reroll.
Nice.
So I would
So we won.
suck it, Pirate Council.
Awesome. We
It just
defeated.
automatically closes when you defeat
We
the villain.
defeated the whole adventure path, or adventure scenario? Adventure of Plunder and Peril. So a reward for completing this scenario, the Black Flag. For each Plunder card, gain another random card of that type from the box.
Nope, we have 2 cards. So we have we have an ally and an armor up down here.
So these are our new things. And then we also get, for defeating...
For completing the adventure.
For completing the adventure, Plunder and Peril, each character gains a skill feat.
So that will allow me to I could up my intelligence from a D12 to a D12 plus 1, and then all my intelligence skills would get plus 1. Or I could up my wisdom, which is only D6, to D6 plus 1 to add it up. And we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out later.
We'll figure out our plan. We'll probably let you know before we start Adventure Path 1, before we start the Wormwood Mutiny. But let's go through this. And so I don't really want... I can't have armor, and I have my ideal allies right now, I think.
Well, these are both base. These are all basics. So at this point, we could have
had them anyway.
We already would have them.
All right, let me go through my deck here again and make sure I have a legal deck. Oh, I obtained an extra magic item, didn't I?
I'm actually really
I got
excited.
this magic weapon spell, so you can go.
I'm really excited about Old Salt's bandana.
What does it do again? Oh, it's when you reveal it to make something swashbuckling, but you have the thing that whenever something's swashbuckling, you can reroll a die.
Yeah.
So it basically gives you a never-ending reroll.
Originally you gave it to me, and I was sort of like, "What's the big deal? All my weapons add swashbuckling anyway."
But this allows you to add swashbuckling to every single check.
Yes,
essentially.
Exactly. I mean, theoretically, I could try to upgrade my weapons. If something doesn't have swashbuckling, but it's a better weapon. But I think it would require me to have Old Salt's bandana to use it then, and I don't think I want to rely on that.
Cool. Well, anyway, so I think so what upgrades did we make to our decks this go round, Steph? What are you?
This go round,
Just Old Salt's bandana? Is that all that you're adding? I didn't actually add anything to my deck, so my character is the same. One of the interesting things about this game is that your deck is kind of represents your character in a bunch of ways. It represents the things you can do and all the stuff you have and the people you know, and it represents your hit points. It's a bunch of different stuff. So it's kind of cool. But so I didn't add anything to my deck. We'll talk about what skills we're definitely going to add next time. But I'm thinking maybe upping my wisdom's probably a good idea at some point, since it seems to come up a lot. Or I could always do my intelligence. It's the one I always use, but I think wisdom might be better since we're so deficient on stuff. But we'll discuss it later, and we'll let you guys know before we start the next scenario. So what'd you think of the introductory scenario stuff? There's much more story than I thought. There's kind of a cool story built into stuff. When you would it's it's a bar room, and so there was a bunch of allies and items, but no monsters, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so I'd only played prior to this, I really only played the organized play rounds, and I mean they have their own sort of gimmicks to them too. But it was nice to see some of those are just like super random, and it felt like this one had these ones were focused more.
Yeah.
I am excited to start Adventure Path 1 because somebody put on Board Game Geek the intros, like actual story bits from the role playing game.
Yeah, so Skull and Shackles is based on the role playing game Adventure Path, which is our whole PDF to take a long time. We're actually doing that on Mondays. If you want to tune in and watch that on Twitch. And so you can check it on that. But they basically took all the information about what's really going on and put it into like a thing you can read, so that the card game feels like it has more story than it would otherwise, which is pretty cool little addition. Any other thoughts on?
I mean, that's pretty much it. This is like one. If you were going to play this game, you could totally skip this adventure and start at Adventure Path 1. We just wanted to have some cool.
Get a skill feat, get some upgrades, get some items. Getting used to our characters through actual scenarios was good too, because I felt like I really learned. It took me a couple scenarios to learn that I just have to not encounter stuff if there's a chance of running into a monster and I don't have the fight.
Yeah.
You know, and like a lot of times that feels weird, but that's just how it is. So I think we probably learned something too. We don't get to keep True Wind.
Okay.
Seizing a ship doesn't mean you check it off on your thing. It just means you get to use it for now. It's kind of I'm not sure what that actually is supposed to represent, but that's how it is. But anyway, that's it for us tonight, guys. If you missed any of these playthroughs, we're going to put them all up on YouTube eventually. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. I'm not sure when we're going to get back to this and do more. Maybe next Saturday.
We'll see.
We'll give it a shot. But it'll be up on YouTube whenever we do it. When we start Adventure Path 1. Again, we're playing it on Twitch whenever we do it, because why not? Role playing on Mondays. I think we're going to be playing The Secret World, an MMO, creepy Cthulhu-y MMO on Wednesdays. Playing SWTOR at some point.
Maybe Thursdays. We're not sure yet.
Yep. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Check out the website that gives board game recommendations. It should be in the link below. And other than that, I think that's all we got. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
Seriously, bye.